Yo, what's up, folks? Another
What up?
week
Coming at you
causing a
live.
ruckus.
Happy Halloween, everyone.
Shut up, bro. Week 31. Can you guys believe it's been 31 weeks? That's a lot of weeks.
31 weeks. That is
How many
crazy.
weeks is it when you have a baby? It's like 30. Isn't it like
Whatever 9 months is. 9, 4, 36.
36?
Roughly,
Yeah.
somewhere around there.
We've almost had a causing a ruckus baby.
Yeah.
Almost.
Is
there.
that what we should do in our 36th episode? We all three of us try and adopt a kid, and watch how hard they deny us.
I thought we were. Oh, you mean as a group, not
Yeah.
individually?
yeah. No. As a group, 3 fathers.
Well, no, I'm here, so there'd be a mother.
Oh, my bad.
That kid's
bad.
screwed for life
It's
at
okay,
that
man.
point. He's like setting up for like the worst success ever.
Or the most success ever.
Yeah.
Wait, is the worst success like still good because it's still success?
I guess.
just like-
Oh,
if your
that's
dream is being
right.
successful, and
Like the worst success can't be that bad.
I guess not.
That's a good point. I've never really thought of it that way.
Yeah. Boom, take that.
Is there an example of the worst success out there that we can think of?
The worst success, like, is that like something like doing something
Kristen
correctly by
Stewart.
accident?
Kristen Stewart is the worst success. Very successful,
She sucks.
but just she ain't got no range, and she's like making bank as an actor, whatever the gender neutral term.
You don't
is.
think she had any good roles?
I'll be honest. I haven't really seen many, if any, of her movies. But no.
Yeah, I don't. If she's in it, I probably wouldn't watch it anyways. Like because she's in it.
Like I think she was terrible in Twilight, which is what she's known for.
I never watched them.
Yeah, I've
them.
never seen.
I
it
heard
either.
she was good
I've only
in.
seen snippets.
Is it American Ultra? Is that the movie, or is she in that one with my?
Is she in that? I don't know.
I don't even know what that movie is.
I've never watched
Yeah.
it. I've heard that she was good in it. I watched Charlie's Angels, like the new one, and she was okay. I still wouldn't say she was great, but
Well,
I
in
wouldn't
that
say she
movie
was
just-
terrible.
That movie's just bad overall, though.
Yeah, so she's like the best part of a shitty
Oh,
movie.
shit, exactly. Right? See, that's
She felt
the
right at
worst
home.
Where's
success.
success?
That was
Or
her right at
success.
home. That's why.
Yeah. That's fair.
I just saw the Joker today.
You
For the first time?
For the first
Yeah.
time?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What'd you think?
Yeah, really good. Like super dark.
Amazing, right?
Like heartbreaking that
Yeah.
that it's like and I'm curious because I'm sure it's a real thing, but in the condition that he has, I don't want to spoil it in case anyone has not seen it.
He's nostalgic.
Viewers.
That's why we brought him to today's episode.
Yeah. He like that would suck because you'd have to have the card that he gives out
You have
because
to.
otherwise you just seem like an asshole.
I think you can say that because I'm pretty sure it was in the trailer that they.
Oh, was it? Okay. Okay.
I think so.
I hope so. I hope so.
Yeah, like you
Um,
definitely feel for him throughout the entire movie, and even when he I don't want to.
You're kind of on his side. You're on his
Yeah,
side. the
I'm
whole
on his
time.
side throughout almost the entire movie.
I think that's a scary piece for a lot of villains is their points or what they're trying to do is not really that bad. It's just their execution is what I
Right.
guess makes
Yeah.
them a villain.
Yeah.
But like same with I don't know if you guys have watched the Unabomber on Netflix when that was out. It's played by the guy who plays Vision in the
Oh,
Avengers.
okay. Yeah.
He
Paul
plays the Unabomber. Yo, like his ideologies, they're a little on the extremist side, but a lot of what he says is like it's not wrong.
Ain't
Like
bad, right?
it's like you basically follow the system even if you don't agree with it. Like the example that like the best example they have at the end is the guy's sitting at a red light and there's no traffic coming, but we obey the rules because of fear, because
Very
we just
interesting.
these are the rules, and you see him sitting there looking, there's no one, and then he just goes through the red, and it's like that's like a like one of the if you break it down very simply, like that's one of his points, but it's basically that autonomy is going to take over. We're going to just become slaves to the systems and like the technology that we build.
But it is funny because like even I catch myself like approaching a 4-way stop sign. I know it's midnight. I know there's no one around. You look around, there's no one around, and I still stop. I still do a full stop, and go.
Yeah,
and
it's interesting, right?
I'm like,
Yeah.
I literally just like wasted my own time, knowing there's no one here. There's no repercussions because there's not even cops around at midnight. on like a like
It's
40
true.
kilometer an hour speed limit street, like, but the rule is you stop, so you stop. So
Yeah, the day you don't follow that rule is the day some old man's crossing the street at midnight and wham bam.
that's the reason why I wouldn't follow the rule.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, if you haven't seen that, check out Unabomber. That one was a really good series too. I could like once I started that one, it was very hard to stop watching that. But that one was really good.
Oh, it's a
But
series.
yeah, it's a series. Yeah.
Yeah, the main
I'm gonna watch
detective is the guy who plays in Avatar, the main character in Avatar.
Yes, that's
The main
right.
guy.
Yeah, I don't know his name.
Like
but
the
I know.
last Airbender.
No, because what a that would be a sick mashup. The guy's like, there's too many
Last
rules of society.
Airbender.
Why can't you
Fucking
just
A.
bend air? And the Unabomber's like throwing packages with like airbending and shit.
It was pretty fucked up. Like he mailed like I think like a few people died, not like maybe one or two, but a lot of people. He would like mail bombs to people.
Yeah, right.
And yeah,
Or even just leave bombs where like they have like basically like a trigger on it where if the bomb tilts a certain amount of degrees, it detonates. So he like leave like gift bags on the ground, so it looks like someone left it for like a thing, and then someone like random person in a parking lot like picked it up. As soon as he looked at it, boom, like that's it. And I remember
So
because that
sad.
specific guy, his wife was in the passenger seat of the car, just like looking at him like grab it because it was on the passenger seat. So he like opened the door for her, closed it right behind her, picks it up, and all she just sees is her husband like just straight blow up.
That's crazy.
yeah, it's a good watch for sure. I actually watched quite a few movies this weekend. The Black Klansman. Have you guys seen that?
No.
Yeah,
That I really like that. I
had
enjoyed that.
I had mixed feelings. Overall, I would say it was good. Sure. Yeah. You know what? Yeah, I would say it's a good movie.
What didn't you like about it, or what were your mixed?
He just didn't like the title.
No, I think it was. I forget. Honestly, I kind of forget the movie. I watched it like a couple months ago, and I just remember when I finished it, I was like, "Yeah, it was good," but like there were just some parts where I was like it seemed like they were setting up some like big potential, and then they just never delivered on the punch, and I was like, "Oh, like man." But like, no,
Really?
yeah. Overall, I did like it. I did enjoy it. I like that guy, that actor. What's his name?
I don't know.
Yeah,
What
I
else
mean-
is he in?
Tenant.
Haven't seen that.
Yeah, Tenant.
Black Klansman?
Sick.
Yeah, it's the Black Klansman, but there's a K in the middle of the two,
Yeah.
so it's like.
Oh, I know.
KK.
Oh, this guy.
Yeah, it was good, and it's eye opening to think that the world was like that, like not even like 40 years ago. Like it's fucked.
Yeah,
It's so
crazy.
fucked.
It's crazy.
What do you mean? There's still people
And then it's
out
like,
there
do you think
today
that-
who still
Yeah,
think
like
it's
because
true?
they show at the end of the movie they show clips from recent like
Yeah.
marches and stuff,
Yeah.
and it's like how the fuck like I can't believe people still have that mindset. Like it's mind-boggling to me that there are places in the world, specifically the U.S., that are like that. And I'm like, that's fucking nuts.
Yeah.
I'm glad to say, I'm sure, Canada has their own dosage of racism existent, but
Everywhere
not to the
does. Everywhere
not to the extent that I think it's obviously prevalent in the U.S.
I mean, we're
Mhm.
getting a new holiday due to the Canadian
Yeah.
racism. So
You
Wait,
get
what?
it?
No, I didn't
Yeah.
hear about this.
the new holiday, September, is it 30th or 31st?
Yeah, I think it's the end of September, and what is it? It's like
It's called like Truth and something.
Truth and Reconciliation. I think it is.
Yeah.
When
for the
did this get
Aboriginals.
announced?
Yeah.
National Day for Truth and Reconciliation.
Insane.
It's going to be
Okay.
official
No.
this year. So it's starting this year, and it's going to be September 30th.
Unfortunate that how this new holiday came to be, but I dig it. I'm about it. Sure.
Yeah, like,
Wow,
on
that's
the,
Face your past
very
and-
interesting. I did not know
on the
that.
Grow
heartless
from
side
it.
of me, like I'll always take a new holiday. So
Fuck yeah. Always.
there could literally be a national holiday called Fuck Lucas Day, and I'll accept it just to.
If I'm
get
off work,
is it a
maybe.
stat? It's a stat? Perfect.
Yeah, it's a federal. It's yeah. Oh yeah. So yeah, that's fascinating, and I'm sure it was when everything was happening out in BC. That isn't it weird that it's like it takes tragedies and like this is this the way that the government's like this is how we're gonna honor you? We're gonna give you a stat holiday. Like, is that do they really think that that's gonna
It's
like
true. Yeah,
make up
it's a
for
very
it? Like,
good
you know what I
point.
mean? It's like weird.
Yeah.
I mean, I wonder if
then
they-
where do you draw the line? Like then, wasn't there that recent attack in Ontario? Was was it a Muslim family where they were
Yes.
Yes. Like, you know what I mean? Like, when does like the scale of that then like will we come to a time where that's then the case, or is this just
It's
really
true.
because it's
Maybe it's our history, I suppose.
yeah, historical, yeah. But I just think that's very interesting. I didn't know that. That's I don't know how I never heard about this.
Yeah, no, we just heard about it this past.
Oh, you'll
week.
hear about it in September when you get a trade day off. You'll hear about it.
So what is it like? How do you celebrate that holiday? Do you everyone just confronts everybody?
No.
Sorry, before you bring it up, I think
National-
it's even more fascinating that we don't have a federal holiday for Remembrance Day in every other province except BC. Like how it's I find that BC it's a stat.
Yeah,
right
yeah.
there.
No, we since our company is based out in BC, we get it as well.
See, that's interesting. Like,
But yeah, no, I agree.
I'm
That
surprised
should
that
be
there wasn't more of an uproar about that.
Yeah.
That honoring the veterans.
I agree.
Well, because
I
there's
agree.
less significant
As-
holidays.
Family
So,
Day.
yeah, I was gonna say Family Day, Good Friday, like
Well, you got to think that our nation was built on a very Catholic
Yeah,
oriented.
that one I get. I get that. But Family Day was literally made just because people were fucking depressed in the winter and there was nothing to look forward to after New Year's. So like, yeah, we need
Yeah, because
fucking
then the
continuity.
next stat would like the next day off would have been like March if it's early Easter. Or
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. So you're going a couple months with nothing in the winter, depression.
they should just
Yeah,
have a
that's
stat
true.
holiday every month. To be honest with you, once a month.
Or almost is.
Well,
Yeah,
almost
now
isn't good enough.
because
right?
now September has two. Now September will have Labor Day at the
Mhm.
beginning,
Mhm.
and then Thanksgiving is mid-October.
Like, yeah,
so.
2 weeks after this new Reconciliation Day and stuff. Yo, shit,
But
that's hype.
yeah, I'm surprised that there wasn't more people saying that the veterans, Remembrance Day should be celebrated as a federal holiday. But
Yeah.
I mean, maybe that's why I'm not in the government, because they would think that's a stupid decision of me to make.
I would make Halloween a national holiday if I had the decision.
That's why you're not
That'd
in
be
politics
sick,
too.
though. That'd be sick.
Isn't that?
though.
But I think that makes sense, right? Because the day after Halloween should be a national holiday, so that way kids can all enjoy themselves. We all like celebrate equally. Because sometimes
Yeah, but
weather
there's no way you're gonna
conditions-
make a national holiday just so kids can eat a bunch of fucking candy.
I think so because it's like it brings the community together.
That's what Boxing Day is for.
Yeah, that's true. We've been running on a tangent, bro. We've
Yeah,
been running
that
for
was-
a long
Oh, sorry.
time. But that was nice.
Yeah, before-
No,
that was good,
Good
that was good.
conversation. Good conversation.
Terrible.
So this week, before we jump into this week, we're doing nostalgia, which is it's always good to reflect. But I got joke of the week this week, and then we'll quickly talk about what we're drinking after that. But joke I got kind of relates to the Olympics just passed. But do you know why the pepper didn't qualify for archery?
Why?
Because it did not have an arrow.
Bro, I love it.
I just wrote that one through. I was like, oh, this is on the pod for sure.
So good, so good. That I'm a fan.
I did not expect that answer. So
That's a good Filipino joke too. That one
Exactly. That's
sounds
why I
good.
like it. That's why I like it.
Oh, that one tomorrow. See if your Filipino colleague gets a kick out of it. Say it with the accent too. Does he have an accent or no?
No.
he says he
Okay,
does.
so maybe don't.
Oh no, I'm still gonna.
Yeah, there's times
Yeah,
where he
good.
says he does have an accent, and he clearly does not have an accent.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, I thought that was a good one. I got a good kick out of that when I read that one.
I'm a fan.
Shout out to Bogey Bandit in the chat with a laughing face. So, nostalgia. So let's jump into that. Oh, sorry. Let's jump. What are we drinking? That's what we're drinking. I'm drinking MGD this week.
Nice.
Going back to that. Yeah.
Lucas?
I'm finishing my Angry Orchards here, and I got 2 cans of
Isn't it Orchid? Oh, isn't it Angry
Orchard.
Orchid?
Orchard. No,
Apple
it's
Orchard. Orchid
It's
is
ARD.
Yeah, he's right.
And then
Oh,
I have
Orchid is
2
the-
Summersby cans
Nice.
You're gonna shotgun them?
right now. Okay,
Yeah, do it on the pod.
I'll spray
Just
it.
don't mess up your leather couches in the back.
Yeah, it's gonna be hardwood.
Should be finishing this week. Yeah, we're almost done this one.
Nice.
I'm just waiting for Matt to yell at me because it's the same.
Ag-
I'm
again,
kidding.
bro?
No,
I
I'm kidding.
swear.
It's actually empty. It's actually empty. I'm totally kidding.
Oh.
No, I forgot that I left all my alcohol at Lucas's house. So there was some white wine in the fridge, like some boxed white wine. I just poured myself a glass of that. It's I'm not a big wine guy either though, so it's alright. It's really dry.
Do you know what kind of wine it is?
I didn't pay attention. I think it's Jackson Trigg, a thing.
Yeah, it's a brand.
I think that's what it is. Some kind. I don't. What? It's white.
Is
though.
it
I don't
is
know.
it a white? Yeah, I'm not a big white guy.
I don't know what it is.
I'm a white
This is a
guy.
big white guy. I'm not.
I am a white guy.
Sure
Literally,
it
I'm
is.
literally a big white guy.
Yo, okay. So jumping into nostalgia, I wanted to start with a couple interesting points that I don't know if you guys read up on or not.
Okay. No.
Did you know once upon a time nostalgia was actually a medical condition? Like back in
what sense?
So back in the 1600s, that's when it was coined. It had a different, I know, right? It had like a different name, but nostalgia was a medical condition typically found in like soldiers and stuff when they had severe cases of like homesickness. And
okay.
right, but it's kind of funny because if you were diagnosed with nostalgia, it was kind of an insult because you're like, oh, you're a shitty soldier, you're a little bitch, you miss home, sucker. But what I think is fucking crazy is the symptoms. The symptoms. Do you want to take a guess of what the symptoms are for nostalgia? Being a soldier who has homesickness.
Depression.
I'm sorry.
Depression.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, like loneliness. I don't know.
Sure. Anxiety, maybe. I would.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, yo. Here are the symptoms. It included fainting, high fever, indigestion, stomach pain, and death. What? What?
How
It almost sounded
What?
like you're doing a Pepto-Bismol ad.
I know, right? How did people die from homesickness? That's insane.
But maybe it wasn't. But maybe they just
No,
were
they're
obviously
probably-
confused.
Yeah, their doctors fucking sucked and they had real issues, and I was like, nah, this guy's just missing home. Leave
So
him.
nostalgic, dude.
Yeah, exactly. Isn't that crazy? Like
Holy
that
shit.
was a thing. But the thing is they would diagnose a bunch of people with nostalgia. Some people would die. Some people would have the stomach pain. But some people would get treatment and just get sent home, and then they'd be fine. And they'd literally be fine. They're like, what? Like, what kind of stupid medicinal practices
Next
are
time
going on back in the
I
1600s?
call in sick to
that's a
work.
long
It's
conversation.
gonna be because I'm nostalgic. I'm feeling really nostalgic today.
Nostalgic of when I didn't have to work.
Yeah, exactly. No, I just thought I thought it was crazy because I mean, like a lot of other words, like that went from a serious medical condition to almost something that we kind of celebrate now. Like we look back with like a positive, like
Yeah, like it's
nostalgia's
it's a good thing.
now.
Yeah,
right.
It's a good
I'm
thing.
feeling nostalgic. I'm like, oh, nice, man. Like, what you thinking about? Kind
You
of
want to hear one author's definition of nostalgia?
Yes.
This one guy said, nostalgia has to do with deep and profound desires for things that once gave us joy that no longer exist.
Oh,
Ooh, that's
like, bro, that's
interesting.
dark.
'Cause
that's depressing though. That doesn't make.
Is
any
that what it
nostalgia.
still is defined as now?
Well, do you get nostalgic? Because I feel like when you say you're nostalgic, it's a good thing. But when you have a bad memory, it's known as PTSD. So like nostalgia, I can see
nostalgia is
where it
only
once
related to
gave you
like
joy.
positive. It's. I feel like it's nowadays only used in a positive connotation.
Right. Where if you have
Usually,
a
yeah.
negative connotation of the same thing, people are like, "Oh, I just had PTSD."
Or just like a shitty memory. Yeah.
Well, that's why. Okay, so that kind of takes me to my next point, which I think is actually really interesting. Is I agree. Nowadays, it's usually like a positive thing, but I discovered there's this thing called like deceptive nostalgia, where people remember history differently, and it changes the way they reflect on the past. Like one of the big examples that they were talking about was the apartheids in. Did I pronounce that properly? Probably not.
I don't even know what that is.
An
It's like
apartheid?
the segregation in South Africa.
Okay.
If I mispronounce that, I know my wife to be.
Isn't that called just Oreos? Where they separate the whites and blacks?
Fuck, dude.
You're right. No, yeah. So it was segregation back in the 1940s up until the 1990s in South Africa, and some people look back on that and reflect on kind of like the times that were, and like kind of want to go back to it, and they have like a deceptive perception. Yeah, see, she called me and said you pronounced it wrong. Whatever. But then there are other people who look back and look at it factually and critically, and they say, oh no, these things were horrible. And I think a prime example of that now, and I mean, shout outs to my wife for making this connection, but she was like, the current day BLM people who basically want to go back to segregation and stuff are almost.
It's not a good time.
It's not a good time.
We just talked
right?
about this. The Black Klansmen.
Exactly.
I don't think people want to go back to that.
No one wants to do that. So they're it is a form of like deceptive nostalgia where they're like, oh, like things would be better if we did this, things would be better if we did that, and then the critical thinkers like us look back on it and be like, no, do you guys not remember what history was like? Like, this sucks. Don't fucking do this.
Like there's probably some stuff that was better, but overall it was a worse.
It was a bad thing.
Yeah, it's almost like even like looking at it like a less serious perspective is like people who get back together with exes because they have the nostalgia of like, oh, you know, I missed that, I missed this, and they only
that's a good
only
point.
focus on what they missed in a positive side. They never like they don't like understand like the negative like things that happen there. It's like whenever you, I guess like. For the most part, if you separate from like a friend or something, like you almost always reflect on the good things first rather than the bad things. Unless like all you had to remember was bad, then that's different. But yeah.
Yeah. Well, like that kind of takes me to think about like when people pass away, almost always they become a saint. Like death makes people these amazing
You
people.
forget all the.
To me, I'm like, yo, that doesn't change anything. Like if you sucked, you sucked. If you were a regular human being who had some good and had some bad, like I'm still gonna reflect on both. Like you don't get a pass just because you're dead. Maybe I'm.
It seems like people typically though resort to only talking about
the good things, and they actively choose to deny the bad
well,
things.
it's funny because we actually had a story at one of my old jobs where our owner, who no longer works there, I guess he sold the company, kept the property. He had passed away, and the only thing I ever heard about this guy was just negative stories. That this guy, you know, would walk into the warehouse and just terminate a bunch of people. He didn't care if you had family or not. He would like straight up yell at people, sexually harass people. I'm like, this guy was like the scum of the earth, from what I heard. And then we had gotten news that he passed away, and the same people who only talked negative about him were like I don't want to say fake crying because maybe they had some sentimental value, but they're like, oh my god, like. He was such a good guy. I can't believe this.
Yeah.
Like, he deserved the world. And I'm like, bro, the other day you told me that he almost fired you, and then he like pulled up your shirt to make sure you're wearing a belt in front of like 30 other people. It's like, what are you talking about? Are you sure this guy's a good person?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I get that. Like, you don't wish death upon people, whether no matter how much you dislike them. Like, yeah, I don't like you, but I want you dead. So that when they do die, you're just like, I'm like, ah, shit, like that does suck. But I agree with you. It's like you don't start celebrating the guy all of a sudden. Like that just seems kind of fake to me.
Yeah,
which is even more disrespectful.
Yeah, I mean, like I feel like even like most celebrities would be the same thing. Where like no one bats an eye about them. As soon as they pass away, everyone's like talking about how like they were like God sent. Yeah, like there won't be any other person as good as this person. It's like, bro, like. No one's been talking about this person because they literally just haven't done anything good.
Yeah.
You know, do you think that's going to happen with Bill Cosby? Do you think like when he dies, people will praise all the good things and never talk about?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. You know who that's going to happen with, but no one's going to make a fuss of it? Well, I guess because there's nothing to complain about. But I mean, I just going off of Lucas's point of that, like, oh, like he's not relevant now. But yo, when Jackie Chan goes. It's going to change the world, man. That one's going to change the world.
Yeah. Yeah.
Him or Tom Hanks?
Good point.
Tom Hanks, too. Yeah, Tom Hanks is fucking good.
Shit. So, okay, so how far back is there like a timeline when something can be nostalgic?
No.
Or is it like anything? Can it be like something that happened last week? Can that be nostalgic?
Ooh. Interesting.
So
I mean, when I initially was making points, I was talking like childhood, but then I was like, well, even more recent stuff is, I guess, nostalgic.
I feel
based on what I interpreted.
When it's more recent, I feel like people call it deja vu.
No,
that's different.
It is different, but I feel like people refer it as deja vu instead.
Well, those people are wrong. Fuck those people. No, anyone who does that, nah.
I think Lucas thinks that way, but he just.
but people out there say it, not me, but people. I guess you're not wrong there, Matt. Because I get nostalgia is just the longing for things that were, right?
What is the actual definition?
Yeah,
because Lucas said there was one. Here,
well, that was an author, and fuck authors.
That was an author.
Interpretation.
Hold on. The first one that came up is the one you were talking about, Lee.
What?
About homesick or homesickness.
Oh yeah.
Or a wistful or excessively sentimental yearning for return to or of some past period or irrevocable condition. What the fuck?
It's a mouthful.
Well.
Yeah. Okay. That's not. sentimentality for the past, typically with happy associations.
Yeah, so I suppose like something that happened last week could be nostalgic.
Yeah, like Matt sure is nostalgic to me from last episode.
Yeah, I was saying this is one of my summer shirts. I wear this all the time. Nice and light.
Oh,
One of or your one summer shirt?
Yeah, the only one. This is the only shirt I wear all summer.
Nice.
No, the other ones are a little nicer, and this was the first one I actually got. I got it for a birthday gift a couple years ago, and it was the first shirt of the style that I had, and I was like, not really. And then I wore it to Mexico, or Cuba, and I was like, this that's my favorite shirt.
Nice.
I started buying more like that. But
so there's almost some nostalgia to that shirt.
Yeah, I guess you could say so. Yeah, it's always good times in this shirt.
Nice.
So yeah, because then I was initially making notes about stuff when I was younger, but then I was thinking, then it dawned on me I have nostalgia. There are certain songs that I'll play, and I don't know if it's nostalgic, but it's I can remember sitting at a desk or somewhere waiting in university for a class to start, playing Plants vs Zombies on my phone.
I would say that's nostalgic.
Incredibly vivid.
Yeah.
I watched the Throne Jay-Z Kanye song. Gotta Have It is that one, is when that plays, that is what I think of. Because it's so vivid. I don't know why that specifically, but
do you guys have any other songs that bring back any memories that you could think of?
Absolutely. So when I think I may have spoke about this on the podcast, so I won't go into great detail. If I didn't, then maybe I will. But in grades, I'm pretty sure it was grade 7 or 8. You know those coffee cakes that you get at Metro or any grocery store?
Yeah. Those are sick.
So I fucking love those things. And my mom had bought one, and every day I would come home from school at a little bit before 3. I'd cut a slice of it, go downstairs, watch some TV, and at that time on MTV, Hey Ya, the music video for Hey Ya would play every day at a time, and I would eat my cake. So literally every time I hear that song or every time I eat that cake, I'm brought right back to my couch in the basement watching it right after school. I can't listen to that song or eat cake without thinking of that whole experience.
Do you ever get nostalgic like that? You're trying to eat it. You're like, this could be sweeter. Give me some sugar. I am your neighbor. And you ask
yeah, absolutely, 100%. All right.
That's a good one.
All right. Now, ladies.
Yeah.
Yeah, every time anyone talks about a Polaroid picture and they start shaking it, all I think of is Hey Ya.
Such a
first
such
thing
a
that comes
song.
to mind.
Amazing song.
We used to have an argument
So
in
now is that
elementary school about what he said.
Is that nostalgia, or is that just
I think it's just
correlation?
Yeah, connected memories.
It's related.
But I always picture him
I don't know
doing
that it would
this.
be nostalgia.
In the video.
That's how Lee used to eat the coffee cake. He would hold it and then all right, just sprinkle
make
it
a
into
big
his mouth.
fucking mess.
He doesn't even eat it. Just
my mom would come home and beat me. But what the fuck are you doing? Not again.
He's like, hey, just tears. Singing the song.
You think that would stop me? No way.
Yeah. So funny enough, there is a song that triggers a memory for kind of us, which is whenever I hear this song. Her name's Kaisa.
And I was just about to say this.
That's a good song.
What's the song called? What's the title?
Hideaway.
Whenever I hear that song, all I think about is we had this mutual friend named Mike, and we went to his condo downtown. But we got so plastered on the go bus there that Matty basically puked in the backseat. Basically did. I think we killed a whole 2-4 of Twisted Teas between two of us in one go bus train, an hour. And we got off the bus and we were stripped. We didn't know where we were. Our friend Mike had to hold our hands and take us to the condo.
Yeah, you know what's actually funny about that story? The next day I had to go to work at Home Depot, and this was one of the first times I took the go bus home from downtown. And I guess the route I was going on, it didn't stop at the go bus station on Argentia.
Lisgar station?
Yeah, Lisgar.
Yeah, so it didn't. I thought it was stopping there, and it didn't. I ended up in Milton, and I was like, "Holy fuck!" Now I called, and I was like, "I'm so late. I'm in Milton, so I had to call my dad to be like, can you drop me off? I'm late for work."
Yeah,
and he was so pissed.
Yeah,
I remember that after. But yeah, that Hideaway song is always
that's a banger.
a throwback. That was when we first. I don't know. That was one of those albums. It was a one and done, to my knowledge.
Yeah, it was the first time we all started hanging out. Same with there's a Sam Smith song. As well. Fuck. It's gonna drive me crazy thinking about it now.
Latch.
Latch,
With
yes.
Disclosure.
Yes.
Yeah, it was Disclosure. Yeah, that's a good one too.
That's like
a
when
really
we
good one.
like whenever I hear that song, I remember us going to All You Can Eat Wings, and like almost vomiting from just trying to eat like 6 pounds. Because every time we went, like it would be like a friendly, like little thing with work, like, oh guys, let's go for some wings, and it always became a food eating competition between like 4 of us to the point where like pass out.
Yo, those are the times, bro.
I do not have nostalgia for those days.
You have PTSD.
I think that was it was more Lucas, Mike Ames, and I than I like. We hung out with you
Oh yeah, no, I
Like,
agree.
like here and there, but
Yeah.
Lucas and I and Mike would hang out like every single day. Yeah. The good
That's
old
why
days.
I'll be honest. I mean, a little bit of a tangent, but that's why I was surprised. Like, for anyone who doesn't know, like our friendship really started when we started working together at Shumi. Like, yeah, we were friendly and stuff at Home Depot, but that's when we became a gang.
Mhm, mhm.
So when you guys called me and were like, "Hey, like we're looking for people. Like, do you want to come and join us?" I was like, "Me? Like,
Me?
what? You remember me? Like, you give a shit? Like, yeah, sure." And that's when
It's because we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't have this podcast if that was the case. So
that's true. It's very true. You knew that it was something to come, and that's why.
Oh,
yeah,
It's
it's gonna come.
Yeah.
Don't come.
Don't come. Do
Um,
not come.
I wanted to call out a chat comment here, but I'm gonna butcher the pronunciation of this on the Twitch side. It's either the bomb-proof llama. Oh, it is bomb-proof llama, I assume.
What did you
He
think
just
it
said-
was?
I was thinking of pro of something because one of my Steam
Oh.
names was the pro of time, but it was one word. So whenever I see proof, I always separate.
Oh.
They said, Lukasz, that ain't your crib, bro.
This
He's
is my
moved,
cottage.
actually. Yeah, he's
This
moved.
is my cottage.
The lighting in the bottom corner, his arm or something gets in the way a little bit.
Oh,
sometimes,
this?
like right
Just
now.
heavy
This?
shadow.
It's my
Yeah.
It's my pet black cat that keeps like hovering over.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Lies and
Settle
cheese
settle down
fries.
there, Jinxie.
They say lies and cheese fries. Okay, what about a feeling of nostalgia that I want to see if you guys relate to. Feeling of completing a grade in high school or elementary school. At the end, when you're done that grade, every like at the end of like the last day of school, everyone's like hanging out, and that
Oh,
feeling of like
man.
ending for this. Yeah, you know what I mean, like that feeling of being done
Yes.
summer, and you're open to summer break. Like, what's the equivalent of that nowadays? Because
Yeah, I don't think we have that anymore.
Like,
Right?
I
Life is
feel
just
like-
consistent.
I feel
it's
like
just
now
constantly going.
it's after your after your last shift right before taking vacay from work would be the closest thing to getting that feeling.
It's still not the
Like,
same.
to me-
because
No,
it's so
No.
long. Because I guess it's so much time off.
Yeah,
No,
it's
that-
almost sad in a way. 'Cause, like, it's like especially when it's like at the end of let's say grade 6, you're going to a different school, or
So-
grade 8, you're going to a different school.
What about starting a new job? Leaving an old job that you've been for a while, wouldn't you get the same feelings that way then?
No,
Maybe,
I don't
but not
think
to the
so.
same extent. Because I said
no.
like is making it through the week or like finishing your that Christmas rush, and then your Christmas comes and you're like, oh, like we made it, but then you're off for only like 2 days and you're back. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
it's not
No,
the
there
same.
was something about that last day of school because you don't really have to try. It's always a party. There's always a party on the last day of school. There's no learning. And
yeah.
you just say
They-
bye to all your friends. Well, the ones you're not going to hang out with during summer anyways. But
They would have if the song was around back then. They would have played it at every single last day of school. That that one they played for Paul Walker.
See
yeah.
you again?
Yeah. That 100% they would play that if
Every
that
day.
song was around then.
Because they had
Every
the
prom.
graduation
Every
song.
fucking prom has that song. God.
Yeah, because I thought that was like
That's a good
I don't know if there is an adult equivalent, but that feeling was like you fucking made it through the year.
I know what
you
it
know
is.
what I mean?
The
Yeah.
equivalent for me is after leaving an all-you-can-eat sushi buffet, and we all head to our cars, and we're like we all like drive by each other, like someone's already passed out on the passenger seat of another car, like dead. Like
Lucas got like tears rolling down his eyes because he's sad we're leaving.
the waitress is like outside like waving us goodbye and shit. Thanks for the tip. See you next weekend.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, if that happened, I'd be more inclined to tip.
If they waved you goodbye and like had like
Yeah, if
a,
they, like,
a
walked
handkerchief
me
and
out
like
like a
fake cried
friend.
for you with like a.
Hey, walk. See you next time. Take care, guys. Yeah, hell yeah.
Why haven't you come to sushi lately? I wrote you a letter every day.
Yeah.
What about are you nostalgic of a time when you didn't have responsibilities?
every fucking day.
I don't
Are you
really
kidding
remember
me?
a time when I
Every
didn't. To be
fucking-
honest with you.
oh,
I
tough
started
kind
work
of year.
super early, and then other than that, I had elementary. Like there was always like I never really had a time between not having school or work at the same time. Like there was always I was either in school or work.
Well, even still, like I mean, like yes, to answer Matt's question, always like as a kid, no responsibilities. But even when we start, like I'll speak for myself. I don't know about you guys, but working at Home Depot, even going to school and stuff, like yeah, school is a responsibility, but like Home Depot is one of those jobs where we really didn't have many responsibilities. If
Yeah,
any.
like
that
you're
job was
going
a
to pay,
joke.
like you're working there to pay your car,
Yeah,
pay for gas, money
right.
to
And
go
like
out.
I'm not in
At least
charge of anything.
our time there was. Obviously other people are, that's
their
what they got to
job.
do
Yeah.
to make it through. But
No, but as a young student
Yeah.
working at Home Depot, it's great.
Yeah.
Especially when you see all your friends and stuff. You're like, I could kill this 4-hour shift, no problem.
Lee's saying that because he used to also bike to Home Depot. He didn't have car payments. He used to come off-road fury off the curb on the dealership connected to Home Depot. Like whoa, like entering the parking lot.
That happened a couple times.
An old man almost died. Don't you guys remember this? Like from episode 5.
the
Oh goodness.
yeah, because I think of times I'll never forget this. We were probably like 11 or 12.
Us, all of us, because we're all
and-
different ages.
When I was 11 or 12. Joe, shout out Joe and Lance back then, and maybe even Alex too was hanging out with us at this time. The thing is, Alex is like 4 years younger than us, so it might have been a little odd that we were hanging out with someone who was like 9. But anyways, we would like get up at like 9 o'clock on a Saturday and play basketball outside till like, no joke, till like 8 p.m. every day. Straight sun. We'd sit at, play basketball. And I remember my neighbor came out once when we were up at like 8:30, and we were like, initially we said we were gonna go for a run. We were gonna run around the block and then play basketball. And my neighbor's like, "What are you guys doing up?" And he was like probably like 17 or 18. And we're like, we're just hanging out. We're gonna go for a run. He's like, you guys are gonna look back on this and wish you slept in more when you had the chance. And we're like, no, we're not. Like, whatever, dude. Of course. And like looking back, I was like, holy shit, bro. Like, I miss that shit. I miss. He was so fucking right.
Yeah, you think like you regret waking up that early?
In the sense that like now, like, aren't there times where you're like, yo, I wish I could just sleep in. Like I wish I could sleep in like another hour.
But I'm glad I didn't while I had the energy.
I'm so used to it though.
Like now that
Yeah,
you don't have
that's a
the
good point.
energy, now you wish it. But like I'm glad I used my energy like at 100% capacity at all times. There was some times I used to like go to a friend's house, ready to KO, but I'm like, yo, I have enough energy to last like an extra 10 minutes. So I'll just chill in the basement until I KO. So
What was this?
that was me charging in.
Yeah, that was like 10 minutes. I was like,
10
that
minutes.
means 10 minutes?
Yeah, that was a new gang sign.
You said you come charging into the basement?
Yeah, that's it. Take down some baseboard. Yo, do you guys have any like? This is gonna be weird. Maybe just me. Do you have any scents or smells that bring back some nostalgic feelings?
Yes. I don't know how to describe it, but it's funny. My future wife and I were talking about it. There's this smell. I guess it's pretty much any tropical country you go to, but like for me specifically, it's like in Trinidad. There's this smell. I don't know what it is. It's humidity plus hot pavement. I don't know what it is, but sometimes
I love the
just be
smell of
around
hot
enough.
pavement. My favorite candle, actually.
I know it's a weird description. It's a weird description.
Yo, can we go out with a
I like
candle?
it.
Can we sell that from our like causing a ruckus thing?
Yeah, let's
A
try.
hot
I
pavement.
don't know how we make that one, but no, I'm telling you though, if you ever go to Trinidad, if we ever all go, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. But like there are times where like I don't even know what it is, but I'll just get a little whiff of it, and I'm like, oh my god, like I'm in Trinidad right now, and oh yeah, definitely.
So
Wait,
when like
you have
one
that
of the-
happen when you're in Trinidad?
no, here.
Like,
here,
holy,
here.
I'm in Trinidad.
I'm in Trinidad.
when one of your neighbors
Yeah,
gets
open
their
your
driveway
fucking
done,
eyes.
you go up, you're like, this
Yeah,
is the
baby.
stuff.
Yeah, babe. You know, and it doesn't. It's not gonna sound good, but one of the things that definitely
Didn't sound good already with hot pavement.
No, this will sound even worse. This will sound even worse. When they're like those big trucks, and like when they're driving by, and like black smoke comes out. Sometimes I'll catch a whiff of that. I'm like, Trinidad. Man.
No,
I know that doesn't sound good, and that makes no one want to go there. But believe me, it's
you know who
sad.
else is addicted to that smell? Justin Trudeau. That's actually how he got his blackface down. He like he tailgated
He
one
didn't
so
mean
hard it
for
just like
it.
hit
He
him in the
didn't-
face.
Yeah, he didn't mean for it.
You fell in hot pavement.
Yeah,
Just like-
no. Shitty cars and hot pavement.
New candles available soon. We're gonna have a 2-pack, a 2 for $6.
So good. Oh man.
For me, it's like there is this this old school like Airwick, I guess, filler that specifically was like a vanilla flavor and did not smell anything like vanilla. It just smelled like almost like a hot glue gun smell. Where I'm like, bro, this doesn't even smell good. Like I don't know why this is the OG. Dig that too. But it brings me back nostalgia of playing with Legos as a kid. For some reason, when I smell it, I'm like, yo, that's Lego, baby. Because my parents, maybe it's actually just hot glue gun. My parents were trying to like kill me from poisoning. Like, yo, just play Lego beside this scent.
Huff it every now and then.
I don't blame it, man. Lego's mad expensive. No one they want to get rid of me. I asked for it every birthday. Like, yo, this kid's starting to rack it up.
Lego is expensive for sure.
I got one of my birthdays. I got a TIE fighter and what's the Y-wing? I got that dual set for one of my birthdays. It was like one of the best birthday gifts I ever got.
Sorry, I know we're going super off topic. I also got it was an X-wing, like Luke Skywalker's basically ship.
Oh yeah, sorry.
And one time I made it, and it was like it had like this little Lego stand that came with it. Bro, you know what happened? I raged that COD one time, and I was like, yo, I'm sick and tired of this. And I just dropped my controller to my right. It landed dead center on his X-wing. And I was like,
oh, it's so sad. That's so sad.
Yeah, Lego was the shit. One of my nostalgic scents was my cousin. I guess his mom had used a very specific like detergent and like either fabric softener or dryer sheets that had a very specific scent to them. That one, like, because they had a pool back as you go over and use the towels. No, I don't even know what brand it was, but when I would smell it, and it was like every time I would smell that or smell something like that, I'm always reminded of like the towels at their house. It's a very specific. I still like will randomly go to someone's house and they use it. I was like, holy shit! I'm like, this is like that smell is like it's reminiscent of that. I guess it must have been something in the dryer sheets. I don't know, but that's a very specific one for me.
I got one more specific story where whenever I smell like, I don't know if you guys have ever like just microwaved hot dogs to make them because they do smell like a quick snack. It doesn't smell appealing, but whenever I smell microwaved hot dogs, I remember back in time when I was on keto, and I worked at this place called Ren's. There was a lunchroom beside my office, and I used to microwave hot dogs in the morning. And our truck drivers used to like come in because that's where they would like start their paperwork. And there was this one truck driver, I'm not gonna say his name, who hated the fact that I ate hot dogs. At one point, he called me out. He's like, "Why the fuck does it always smell like fucking hot dogs when I start my shift?" And whenever I smell that smell, all I think of him is like raging at me at like 7 a.m. because I made hot dogs in the morning. Like, sorry, bro. Like,
microwaving hot dogs is disgusting. That's
what's
almost as bad.
What's worse, though? Boiling them or microwaving them?
No, boiling them is fine as long as I think what's worse is the water. The boiled hot dog water is worse than microwave.
That's good chase. Yo, that's gross. A bet. That's a bet we have to do. Next time we all hang out, someone has to use
shoot a shot of
yeah.
Oh,
what do you call it? Do you just? I would just call it hot dog sweat. Honestly, like that's basically what it becomes.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
It's hot dog broth. It's hot dog broth, baby.
Yo, I heard that actually has like really good health features. Dr. Oz was actually making a magazine on hot dog water. It's like the next crave from coconut water. Really they actually sell it at 7-Eleven.
It's really good for your skincare routine. You gotta apply that shit.
Hot dog water. Just smell all the dogs in the street every time you walk. The dogs like
going fucking crazy.
Fucking cartoon character, bro. That's basically how you become a cartoon character.
Oh man, that's fun.
What about favorite shows growing up? Oh, actually, should we take a quick chat break?
Is it that time?
Yeah, it's 8:45 already. I know.
Oh my god.
We talked about 3 things.
Yeah, Bombproof Llama, shout out. He said thanks for the call, man. No problem. Appreciate you swinging by. We're here every Sunday. Well, mostly every Sunday. You can also find us on YouTube where we post some recap.
And Instagram. Instagram would probably be the best outlet to start off with. We post clips.
If you want to watch live, YouTube and Twitch, but we do have some times where we pre-record and then submit it on YouTube, so you can find those there too. Can't do it on Twitch, unfortunately.
Who the hell is Bombproof Llama?
I don't know. I don't know if it's someone we know or not, but shout out to that person.
Sick. Yeah, thanks for. It sounded like you knew him, but yeah, wicked bomb.
I was just reading out what they
I appreciate you. I appreciate you.
All And that's the only thing I want to color, I guess.
Let's just get right back into it so we can cover more
Yeah.
ground because
Yeah.
we keep staying off
Favorite-
topic. But yeah,
One
Favorite
more
TV
percent.
shows.
Okay, yeah. Let's
Oh.
do that. No, I was just gonna say like my grandparents instead I don't know about you guys, but like after you shower, like you lotion up. Not me. Really.
I lotion up with hot dog water for sure.
Absolutely. You shower in hot dog water. No, my grandparents always put on baby oil, and like every weekend,
They just like come out and just slip.
they slip and slide right down the stairs. Now every weekend as a kid, like we'd go stay over at their house, and then we'd hang out after. And now there's the smell of baby oil. If I smell it, I think of my grandparents and those days of being in their basement and stuff.
When you say that they used to use baby oil, I could just picture them going, like, just like excessively.
Yo, they were
covered in it.
so slippery and shiny that they basically did.
Yo,
You go to like
Basically.
shake your hand and
Wah!
I know.
Like
this-
one time I hugged my grandmother and she like popped out of my arms. Wow.
Is it like when you like try to squeeze a ball of shampoo while it's wet, like it just like flies up? She like went through the ceiling.
Yeah, she hit this. You're like, ah.
Oh, Gam. Where'd you go?
like stuck in, like just like dangling and
Bro,
shit.
that's why she's in a wheelchair now. No, I'm just kidding. She's not. She's not in a wheelchair. She's not.
That's fucked.
She just wouldn't she just slip out of it at that point?
Just like,
She just constantly. Because she refuses to stop using baby oil.
The doctor's like, listen, like we can't perform surgery because you're just too
Surgery.
you're way too slippery. She's like, too bad, so sad.
Catch me if you can.
She's just sliding around the operating room. They're like, get a hold of it.
Like a seal on her stomach.
The best part is like she already is passed out from like all like the medication, so like, she's just sliding and they're like trying to get her
holy shit.
like a bar of soap.
I was trying to grab her.
Get her. Getting like doing side flips and shit around the room.
Oh man.
Holy shit, that was funny.
Yo,
I'm glad we went back for me to make that point.
this isn't very nostalgic, but did happen yesterday. I just want to tell you guys a story. I want to know you guys' opinion on this because you know, like I've never been referred to this. But so I went to McDonald's and I ordered a mobile order for an iced coffee because I was gonna go to pick up my girl from her friend's house, and the person who came out with my drink, and I could obviously tell it was my drink, and she kind of like walked around a little bit, walked up to my window, and she's like, "Hey, sorry, what's your name?" And I'm like, "Oh, my name's Lukasz." And she's like, "Oh, you spelt your name wrong on the app. You spelt it Lukasz." And I was like, "Oh, like that's my name. Like my name's actually Ruckus. I just get people to call me Lukasz." She's like, "Oh, so you go by a stage name?" I was like, "I've never thought about it like that." I'm like, I didn't know that was a thing.
Is
I
the
guess
world your
you
stage?
And I was
Do,
like, "Oh,
eh?
I
I guess so. I appreciate
I guess
it."
I
She's like,
technically do
yeah,
too.
no problem. And she just like went back inside. She's like sprinting. I'm like, bro, what the fuck just happened?
That is a weird interaction.
So basically, if you don't go by your name,
Your
You
given
go-
name.
it's a stage name.
It's a stage name.
Interesting.
mine's a stage name.
Yo, you're all fake.
That was actually my story. Lucas just told it. That's
Yeah. You got the iced coffee.
But for
what
anyone
about your
at
favorite
McDonald's,
shows?
Mr. Lube.
Favorite shows. So here's the thing: is I mean, yeah, obviously I got a bunch of favorite shows, but watching just watching those shows isn't enough to make me nostalgic. Like, for example, like Beasties or Beast Wars, whichever one you want to call it. Absolutely loved that show growing up as a kid. If I watch it now, yeah, I'll reflect on it and be like, oh, great. But if I watch it now while laying on my stomach, boom, I'm brought back into the past.
Really
You know what I mean? Like, it's got to be like a combination to like
interesting.
really bring that shit back. Just watching it won't be enough for me.
For me,
Yeah,
it's
Pokemon-
that 70s
oh, go
show.
ahead.
Whenever I watch that
Really?
70s show, I remember about the
See,
the
that's
first time
more
I watched
recent though, right? Like more recent nostalgia than like coming home from like grade 4.
It. No, because like I first watched that show when I was super young. So when I watch that show, it reminds me back of elementary school, of like the
Interesting.
drama I used to deal with while I used to watch that show. Where I was like certain friends who I don't talk to anymore, like I would start thinking about them while watching the show because I watched it with them.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'd say Pokemon was a big one, and
Pokemon's a
it's
good
funny
one,
because
yeah.
Now Ben is watching Pokemon and like the
Nice.
original one, so it's like, I'll watch this episode with you.
He's watching the original.
Yeah, they
That's
made him watch
sick.
the OG one because there's like a new
Nice.
one, but they go back to the old
Yeah.
one sometimes too.
Nice.
Like when he lets Butterfree go, and that one's like,
Yeah.
I
Oh,
wanna
so
cry.
sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys remember the Bernie Mac show?
I never watched
I
it.
didn't really watch it. No.
No. Oh, that was a
No.
good one. That was a good
For
one.
me, Johnny Bravo.
Yeah.
I fuck with Johnny Bravo. Yo, I used to watch the Just for Laugh gags.
Yeah. All
Those
the
were
time.
fucking sick.
Yo,
All
Those
the
are actually good
time.
pranks. See, looking back, like no one got
Oh,
hurt.
funny.
No one was like,
It's
you know,
tasteful.
yeah, like it's not like someone's gonna be made fun of at work. Like it's all like funny shit. Like
Yeah. Like you got me, man. Like
Yeah,
it was brilliant.
that was good stuff.
Ironically, Just for Laughs reminds me of flying on an airplane because I only ever watched it while flying on airplanes. Like as a kid, whenever I flew to Poland for
Really?
like 8 to 9 hours, I watched Just for Laughs the entire flight. So that's how I remember it.
Really?
Wow.
That's a lot of laughs.
Well,
He's that annoying
that's what
ass
it's
kid
just
who's just
for, right?
laughing the whole flight. Like, yo, shut that kid up.
That's how I laugh too in the airplane.
I bet. So you laugh.
Yeah, that's you have a laugh specifically for the airplane?
Yeah,
Like still now to this day?
that's it. You'll see it when we're on our way to Lee's wedding. Someone's watching Just for Laughs in the cabin.
I actually watched a lot of WWE back in the day. I used to watch Raw and SmackDown. Then I'd watch Dragon Ball Z after that.
Yeah, baby.
That was like my before go to
Because
bed.
you saw like the regular SmackDown, then you saw like the Super SmackDown, Super
Hell
Saint
yeah,
SmackDown.
baby.
Yeah, exactly.
There
you
was
guys
one
big-
time.
Hey
sorry.
Arnold, sorry.
Yo, Hey Arnold was honestly now going back and watching Hey Arnold, pretty good. In the time as a kid, never really liked it.
What is even the premise of the show?
I
Like-
don't even fucking know.
I can't recall.
That Dexter's
I don't know.
Lab, I used to watch all the
That
time.
was fun.
Yeah, Dexter's Lab was good.
Yo, Cartoon Network was fire back in the
Back
day.
Even
then.
YTV back then was
Dude,
good.
back
We used to watch
then.
SpongeBob back then. Was like prime time like primo
Yeah.
SpongeBob.
Yo, Samurai.
Yo.
Have you guys ever watched Samurai Jack?
Amazing.
Yeah, Samurai Jack's
show.
another banger.
Yo,
show.
Saturday morning cartoons that was my jam.
Osmosis
I
Jones.
don't
Oh, I don't think
That's a
I
movie,
watched a lot of.
You never watched like wake up early Saturday morning and just watch cartoons?
No,
Oh my god,
No.
I think it starts like at 8. It's like 8 to 11 or something.
Isn't
because
that
I used to
Courage the
play.
Cowardly
I used to be a
Dog,
big
like, super
video
early?
gamer.
Fair. Sorry, what was that?
Pardon?
Lucas?
Courage the Cowardly Dog. Wasn't that on surprisingly pretty early for like
I totally forgot about that
I
show.
forgot about that show. Yeah, actually.
Same with Cat Dog.
yeah.
Cat Dog. Yeah.
For me, I was like all those like Powerpuff Girls. I watched a lot of surprisingly Mojo Jojo and
Yeah,
stuff.
how does this intro go? The song?
Sugar Spice and Everything Nice.
Yeah.
Professor X is like
I
he's
forgot
like-
about that.
He's like, oh,
Professor X. Was that his name?
Yeah,
He was not Professor X.
This
yeah,
guy's.
and he had Wolverine.
I think he was just yeah. It was Blossom, Buttercup, and Wolverine.
What was it? What was
for
her
sure.
dad's name?
It was just he was just the professor. He wasn't
It was
Professor X.
Dr. Pops.
Professor Oak, because the mashup with Pokemon.
Yeah.
That's it.
Because that's how he made
Yeah,
Pokemon.
most
He did-
ambitious
he did the-
crossover.
He did the same thing. That's how he made Pokemon.
Yeah, you're right. He just started.
I'm also now
experimenting with
nostalgic of when I go to the washroom and the toilet paper roll is done. This weekend on Friday, we went to Jack Astor's, and
it.
I don't normally have to take a dump when I'm out at like a dinner, but I think I'm becoming lactose intolerant, and I had pizza for lunch, so I don't know where I gotta take a shit really bad. Tell me how I go in the stall. I'm done. I look. Boom. No toilet paper left. I was
You
like,
don't check that first?
it's been so long since I've been in a public bathroom.
Whenever I take a number 2, the first thing I do is an inspection.
Yeah, no,
like that.
no.
Is the toilet
I,
filthy? Is there paper?
Yeah, it looked like the toilet looked like it had not been used ever. But yeah, like I can't think of the last time I used a public toilet. Not aside from work, but I mean like genuinely in public until this time. And yeah, I had a full blown. I was almost gonna call one of you guys to be like, "Can one of you guys bring me toilet paper?" What I did was instead, I just did a quick, popped open the stall, did like pants around the waist, like scurry into the next stall in the handicap one, and luckily there was toilet paper there. That was like-
He did.
funny.
He actually.
I
he
was-
actually walked through the kitchen and introduced himself to all the kitchen staff while like that with his pants.
I
on
was
his
like
ankles.
debating if I wasn't going to be able to get out. I was debating just using one of my socks and just throwing them out, and like coming back to the table without my socks and hoping no one noticed. 'Cause that
You would
would've
just
been,
put the sock back on.
No,
Matt, why do
we're,
your feet smell like shit?
we're talking about that. Matty's actual first resort was he was gonna put the seat sideways and grind against the side of the seat.
That's what Lukasz suggested. Oh, yo, your cats are multiplying when you do
Yeah,
that.
man.
Oh,
Yo.
sorry. Jinxie.
Be careful.
A lot of ghosts.
Settle down, Jinxie.
But yeah, sorry, I did want to bring that one up.
Yo, sorry, little tangent now since we're talking bathroom stories. I gotta tell this one. So anyone who doesn't know, which is probably everyone, I've got this like digestion issue. Usually, like sometimes when I eat, like stuff will get stuck in my chest.
Nostalgia.
I have two options.
Common sign
Yes,
of nostalgia.
common symptom. I might die from it. No, so I have two options. Either sometimes I can wait and let it pass and it'll actually go down. But then if I'm just like, I really want to eat my food, I just go and like clear it. So I don't really throw up, but like I clear whatever's in my throat and then I'm good to go back and eat.
You're like
I can't,
bulimic, almost?
I don't think isn't bulimia like when you choose to throw up because you don't want to eat?
Isn't that
Like
isn't that Goku's mom?
that's Trunks and it's Bulma.
Oh.
Nice try. So yeah, and like if I don't while it's in my chest, like I can't swallow liquids or solids, so I have to. So anyways, I'm at a wedding and I get my thing and something stuck in my chest. I'm like, yo, you know what? Like I'm at a wedding, I don't want to sit here and just like wait. So I'm gonna go clear this thing. I go into the bathroom. I'm in a stall, only person in the bathroom, and I'm trying to like clear this thing out of my chest. And two guys come in, and one of them's like, yo, did you hear Auntie so and so was like, by the way, I don't know anyone at this wedding. I'm a guest. And I'm in the middle of trying to get this thing out, so like I can't talk yet, and like mid like trying to hurl, and the guy's like, yo, is anybody else in this bathroom? And I can't answer because it's in the middle of my chest, and the guy's like, nah, no one's in here, go ahead. And these two just start just like dissing everybody and like talking about all this drama, and I'm sitting there like, well, they don't know I'm here, like I can't make a sound now, like it's too late. So I have to sit there while this thing's in my chest, can't breathe and shit, and I'm like just like trying to stay super stealth when I'm basically dying. And then it took forever. These guys took forever to take their piss and spill their tea. And then they finally leave, and like I finally got to puke, and I was like, oh my god, like it was just such a horrible espionage mission.
Yeah, so
Brutal.
You can never be a spy, basically, is what you're saying.
I just can't eat before I do it.
And how do you have the energy?
Yeah, that's it. I fucking faint.
That's a risk. That's a risk we can't take.
You're like mid-mission.
You're mid rappel. You're just like, just like limp, like hanging from the
People just see me hanging out the window, just dangling.
Yeah, he's like in a
Look at that
stealth mission
asshole.
where he's trying to sneak into like a room. People enter, he hides in the closet. He just falls out because he's suffocating.
Yeah, straight up as a kid, like I always used to, I don't know if you guys ever did this, you tell me, but I always used to initiate games of hide and seek with my siblings, but I'd never tell them that we started the game. Like I would just go hide. So if they didn't know, like I would just assume they'd be like, hey, where's Lee? And then go and try and find me. But sometimes they're just so busy with their day that they're just like, they don't care. So I end up hiding in a closet for like 3 hours and I fall asleep. And then like 3 hours later, my brother goes get clothes. He's like, oh, there's this sleeping kid in my closet. Like I was fucking horrible at that shit. Fucking trash.
yeah.
Or were you just so good?
I was just that good.
As soon as he opens the closet, like, it took you this long to find me? That's embarrassing.
God,
I'm going to go tell
good at
mom
hide and
that
seek.
she raised the loser.
Yo, I heard just recently I found out that these kids near the cottage I was at were playing a game called Sardine, which is the opposite of hide and seek, where there's people how the fuck does it work? One person hides and everyone else has to find them, and when they find them, they hide with them, like a pack of sardines would, like in the exact same spot.
That's amazing.
So it's like they'll eventually like 4 people are all like huddled up, like trying to hide behind a tree.
Oh, I see.
So it's like one person is assigned to hiding, and everyone else goes and looks. And then when you find the person that's hiding, you join them.
Join them until it's
like,
one person finding everyone.
Yeah,
That's sick.
that's kind of a cool game.
I like that. That's
Very
actually
cool,
pretty cool. Oh, the kids these days, brilliant.
I
We should play
fucking
that.
suck
We
at
should
that
play
game.
that when we're on vacation.
On the resort?
Yo, at the
Yeah, that'd be
airport.
sick.
As soon as we land on the airport, when the bus is waiting for us, we should do it.
Yo, I'm down for a
The
resort
driver's like,
game of
are
manhunt.
these guys playing sardines again?
Yeah, I'm down for that. That sounds pretty sick.
We should.
Manhunt's super nostalgic. We used to play that all the time.
Yo,
We even played it at like one of my more recent birthdays. Sorry, when I say
Really?
more recent, not like I was in my teens, so
Oh.
probably over 10 years ago.
Speaking
I was gonna
of
say, I don't remember
nostalgia,
playing fucking manhunt.
yo, you know what gives me nostalgia? You see my shirt?
That pattern?
This gives me nostalgia of Rugrats. Do you guys know that? The show Rugrats?
Rugrats, eh?
Of course, yeah. I had the movie
would've
on
thought-
VHS.
I'd have thought more like Palladium. Palladium's carpet.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. I
like
didn't go there a
Ruckus.
lot though when I was a kid.
No? I only
Palladium
went
maybe
for
like
birthdays.
once or twice.
Yeah, fair.
Same
was
with
pretty sick.
I used to go to the X all the time.
Really?
The
I only been
exhibition.
there like twice. Yeah.
Oh, we used to go every year growing
Nice.
up. Yeah, my dad. Used
I've
to
never
take us.
been.
Bruh, yo, the food is fucking
I heard
sick.
that everyone got sick from cronuts that one year, and
Who cares? It's worth it.
True, it's true. As Drake said once, nostalgically, YOLO. So,
It's true.
can you believe that album was like? I want to say that was probably 10 years ago. Maybe more. Maybe less. Maybe like 8 years ago.
That's still a long ass time.
are there any phrases that get you nostalgic? Like when someone says a certain phrase that you're like, "Yo, that
Phrasing.
brings me back." I'll tell you. I'll
Yeah.
tell you one. When I hear the phrase "giddy up," it reminds me of my old manager who always said it whenever we're like talking about like, "Yo, like let's do this. Like let's organize this. Let's get this done." All right, giddy up, and we'd like all like split and just like get to work. So
Would you
whenever I
like
hear
gallop
giddy
like
up
you're on a horse when
Yeah.
you run away?
in the warehouse?
What was that? That didn't look like galloping.
No, because you can't see my legs, but that's how people
Ah.
who ride horses, their upper body, I assume, looks like.
That's what a centaur looks like from the waist up.
Don't they walk like this? But with their arms kind of flailing?
There's a big difference, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I don't know that I have any phrases.
Yeah, I don't.
Not even if I were to tell you like to dovetail, you don't get nostalgic.
There's no nostalgia there.
No, I just want to cry and puke.
Yeah.
Mine, not necessarily a saying, but a sound. My dad used to do the whistle like this. He would whistle like that when it was time for dinner and when we were playing on the street
Oh yeah.
every day. And it's loud. It's like insanely loud. Just for reference, the motto did come out in 2012, so that was 10 years. It will be 10 years. next year.
2012. Wow. The motto. I love how you.
2012, the year the world was supposed to end.
Yeah, there was that movie too.
We survived that shit.
We did. The Mayan calendar ended. Wasn't that when that was?
Something like that. But isn't it something like they skipped some years or something, so it was actually supposed to be like 8 years later or some shit?
So
Here we are.
We still made it.
We survived it twice.
We still made it. Yeah, we survived it twice. We survived that shit a bunch of fucking times.
Kudos to us. We're just so we just persevere through everything, or we just kill stuff that we think may be a threat. So
That's why we killed the Mayans. It's 'cause we're like, yo, you think the world's gonna end? Fuck you.
just one punch actually killed every Mayan. That's how.
Yo, so my brother
That's
was
how it
telling me,
works.
sorry, a little bit of a tangent. So obviously the Mayans got like wiped out of existence. Don't really exist anymore. And
Says
I
who?
mean everyone.
I
But
never said that personally.
naturally the response to that is like, oh, it's so sad, like a whole civilization is gone and this and that, whatever. And I get that there are layers and there's complexity to it, but then my brother was telling me about some of their practices, and like, honestly, if I'm going to speak freely here, maybe kind of a good thing that that culture doesn't exist anymore, because what they used to do is like when it was like dry season. What the fuck is happening to Lucas?
Changing my li-
You got so
Jinxie- I
sunburned.
put
I
Jinxie
know, right?
down, so this is
Put on your lotion, man.
the baby oil.
No,
Your
so what
hot
they
dog water.
I guess this could tie into nostalgia for Aztec people, but like when they had like dry season and they wanted rain, what they would do is they'd sacrifice children to like make it rain. But what they needed to do is they needed the kids to cry. Like the kids need to cry to symbolize rain, and then they sacrifice the kid, and then it rains. Boom. But then kids got wise to it. Kids were like, "Yo, if I don't cry, they're not gonna kill me." So the kids would do everything to not cry. But then the people were like, fuck that. So they would like start torturing the kids,
Jesus
like
Christ. man.
like ripping their fingernails off and stuff, like to try and make the kid cry to then sacrifice them. So that's where I was kind of like, yeah, you know what? Like, I'm
There's
kind
some
of
things we could do without.
Yeah, there's some things we could do without. Like, I'm fine without it.
Could you imagine too? Because nowadays, when people say "let's make it rain in the strip club," it's not the same. The Mayans may have interpreted that very differently.
Oh, make it
Let me
rain.
go
in the
get my
strip
son.
club?
Let me go get my son.
Exactly right.
Yo, that's crazy to think that was like a
Insane. So that's heartbreaking, man.
thought process too. That's how that
Right?
worked.
Speaking of,
Like, who was the first mind that was like, this is what we got to do? Or do you think it was an accident? Like they're playing the equivalent of Mayan baseball, and the kid gets smoked and hits him in the head. He starts crying, and then he dies, and then it rains. They're like, this is how we make it rain. Like, do you think that was like how?
Probably it was probably something like that.
The cause and effect association was back then. They're like, holy shit, this is how we make it rain all the time.
Yeah, they sacrificed a lot though. Like they sacrificed people for all types of purposes back in the day.
Yeah.
Even just look at like the culture of like even just like witch burning and stuff, like just because like you had red hair, for example, you were born with red hair, you were burned. You were burnt alive.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just like where that comes, like it's all superstition, right?
Even though you can say the same kind of thing about Nazis.
I was gonna say
same concept.
Yeah.
Way better that.
But they're not wiped out yet.
Yo, anyone who hasn't seen Apocalypto, I highly recommend that movie. Insane.
Oh, maybe
Is that a mix of the X-Men character Magneto and Apocalypse?
Yep. It's a documentary about him.
I knew it.
Because he's real. No, legit though. It's like a Mayan movie, Aztec Mayan. Fucking sick.
Is it like a what style of movie? Is it like a documentary? Is it like a
No, it's like a
movie?
Yeah, it's like a movie. Directed by Mel Gibson.
Honestly, it's a romantic comedy.
Insane. The way I like that they did it, though, is like the cinematography seems documentary-esque. Like the quality of it, like it's very like high definition, crisp colors and stuff. Like there's no aperture and like faded backgrounds and stuff. Like everything is just like everything's in focus. So it's really neat. But yo, I highly recommend it. Really fucking good movie.
Check that one out. I haven't seen that one yet.
If you don't like subtitles, don't watch it because it's not.
Oh, I don't really care. I can manage with or without.
I could do it for a movie. I couldn't do it for a whole series, like that Money Heist or whatever that show was called, where it's like
you were talking about that
all in Spanish. I did like 5 episodes. I'm like, okay, this is a little too much. Like, eventually, I'm just gonna try on Duolingo.
What's interesting is I feel like we should have went with a name of us is just like the tangent, because I feel like a lot of our episodes are just us going off a tangent on a topic.
Ain't too late to
we're rebranding.
Yeah, we're rebranding the tangent. That's not bad.
Yeah, it's actually not bad. We'd have to see if that's taken already, but or going off of tangents, because I feel like that we're better at that than we are particularly sticking to a topic.
Yeah. Well, it's a ruckus. We're causing a ruckus.
That's true too.
So, do you guys get nostalgic from any locations? I'll give you an example. Every time I enter a Home Depot, all I think about is when I worked at Home Depot. I'll pass the lumber department. I'll think of all the dumb shit I did when I was a lumber associate. Like anything like that.
Yeah, it's interesting because I kind of get that when I go to the San Frans on Unity Drive. When I used to live in that area, we used to walk there as kids from our place, a gang of us. I used to take toonies from my dad. He had like this Nesquik jar that was just filled with coins. So if my grandma didn't give me money, I would go take a toonie from it and go get a piece of pizza. Back in the day, a slice of pizza was there. From there was $2. You wanted to pop it, was $2.25.
Big slice too.
Yeah, they were the same size slices as now. Now it's like $4 or something. Because I go there still.
Just still pretty fucking good.
Yeah, it's a huge. It's like way better than anything you get at like a.
It's like a quarter. Chain. It's a quarter of like an extra large pizza. I swear to God,
basically,
it's pretty big. Yeah, it's pretty
basically.
Big. Yeah. But I get nostalgia when I go there. And the Max Milk, we used to go there and get slushies or Airheads back in the day.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, I have nostalgia when there's a Freshco on Glen Erin in Britannia.
The Freshco?
It used to be a Price Chopper.
Yes.
And back when I was a Price Chopper, I got in trouble for stealing a box of matches. It was 99 cents.
You degenerate.
And okay, well, hold on. So let me tell you the backstory. I actually took the fall for my friends. My friend stole the box of matches, and I saw the security guard looking at us, and he was approaching us. So I took it from his pocket into mine, which is like the dumbest thing you can do. I was like 12. And we could afford it. It was $1. Like, we had, like, $5 on us. And it was so funny because the guy who got us in trouble, like, he brought us, like, to the back security room, got the cops involved. The cops, were like, oh, wow, like, yeah, guys, you should never do this again. We'll call your parents and tell them what you did. I gave him, like, a fake number and never picked up. Pretty risky. Ballsy as a 12-year-old, let me tell you that.
Very ballsy.
The guy, like, the cashier who got us in trouble was like, honestly, it's just a box of matches. If you guys just asked, I would have given it to you for free. And the cop was like, I don't think you could legally do that. And like, I was like, yo, this guy's getting in shit. This guy's surrounding himself out. It's like the funniest thing.
That's interesting. Glen Erin. Wait, I'm trying to think. Glen Erin in Britannia.
Yeah, near St. Elizabeth Seton. Sorry for anyone who doesn't live around us and know exactly what we're talking about. But yeah,
It was a Price Chopper.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it used to be a Price Chopper.
I don't know why I can't think.
Long
of that
time
area.
ago.
Oh, I know where you're. I just don't remember it being that way.
Yeah.
My mom used to go to the Pizza Nova there.
Oh.
She'd been going there for like 20, 25 years.
Dude, it.
We lived in that area.
We're getting so off topic, but it took over the old Quiznos spot now, so it's larger.
It's bigger. Nice.
Oh yeah, it's a double now, right? Yeah, before it used to be that like narrow ass fucking like.
Yo, anyone who knows
tiles.
the hood, anyone knows the hood, hit up that Pizza Nova, baby.
It's legit.
Yeah, say Liz Riley sent you.
Use the promo code below.
Promo code is baby oil for free dipping sauce.
Yeah.
What do you guys got any other topics or any other pieces we want to jump into? We got like 10 minutes.
I was gonna say
15 minutes.
any more certain songs that you guys could say relate to nostalgic. The song by Supertramp, "Goodbye, Stranger."
Good song. Great.
Yeah,
song.
I
very
listened
good
to it
song.
on my way to my high school grad. So whenever I think of that song, I think about me going to my high school grad.
That's good. Bro.
That is crazy because I remember hearing that song in the back of my dad's car when I was like, what I think was like 10.
Oh yeah, Supertramp's old school, man.
Yeah.
Super
And
old.
I remember he would jam some tunes like that
Yeah.
in his Thunderbird.
There's
Yeah.
certain
No, for
song-
me.
Go for it.
Sorry, go on. I was gonna say "Some Like It Hot" by Power Station.
I don't know that song.
No, that's one I grew up with.
I'll have to check that out.
Like my oldest memory of that song is like I was 3, dancing in my living room.
Wow, you can remember something that long ago. That's actually dope.
I mean, mind you, part of it is probably because we have like a home video of it too. So like part of the
Oh,
memory
okay.
is remembering the video.
yeah, okay, that's fair.
There's
Kinda
certain songs that remind me of Christmas that aren't Christmas songs. A
Yes.
good one is Manfred and the orchestra, Blinded by the Light.
Yeah.
I thought
That
for the
one
longest
too
time
Christmas?
it was a Christmas song because my dad used to always play it around Christmas time. Because he'd play a Bonnie M album, and he made his own CD, and that song happened to be on the CD. So around Christmas time, we'd play that with all the other Christmas songs, including like the Paul McCartney one and John Lennon one. That one snuck in there, so I always related it to Christmas, and I still do. Like when I
Interesting.
think of it, I think of like snow falling. Which is
I
nuts.
don't know if I have one that, for that reason, I have one that the instruments in it make it sound like a Christmas song,
Yes.
but not like reminiscent of Christmas, even though it's not Christmas. I can't think of one off the top of my head.
Is it Drake back to back?
Yeah, got Christmas vibes for sure.
No, the one I'm thinking of is NC-17 by Travis Scott and 21 Savage. The bells, it has like these bells in it that are very like, that definitely sounds like a fucking Christmas carol. Like it sounds like Christmas church bells ringing.
I was
Listen,
thinking
check it out.
"Saving All My Love" by Whitney Houston. No, anyone? Yeah.
I know that song. Yeah, I would say that reminds me of
Got
Christmas too.
mad Christmas vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big Christmas
100%. Anything Michael Bublé?
vibes, basically.
What about Mariah Carey's or is it the All I Want for Christmas Is
Oh,
You?
God.
That
reminds
song
me
is
of
a
Christmas.
banger. I don't care what anyone says. That song's fucking hype. That's probably one of, if not the best Christmas song ever.
It just gets so
Oh,
well
that's
on the radio.
That's a hot take. We'll have
It's
to talk
fucking
about
good.
that around Christmas.
Yeah, that's
It's
a
good as long
song.
as you don't work in retail.
Yes.
Yeah, good point.
That's the common
Good point.
denominator.
That is great.
If you work in retail, it's probably the worst song in the world.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
fair.
that's a good point.
Can't be worse than the fucking hippopotamus song. But again, another tangent.
What hippopotamus song?
All I want for Christmas, I want a hippopotamus for Christmas.
I don't
What?
know if
Bro, they play it all the time in retail too.
I don't go into the malls ever.
Yeah, but when we worked at Home Depot, they'd play it all the time, and I want to fucking kill somebody. I hate that song.
You'd be like, you want to come over to the saw?
Yeah.
Like, why not have to cut anything? I was like, no, I do.
Yeah.
I guess. Sorry, do we have a hypothetical?
I got one.
All right, let's hear it.
Okay, so if you were a superhero,
I am.
One-
So
fucking you knew you looked like Clark Kent.
Clark Cunt.
that's what I was gonna say.
Yikes. No, okay, let's say you're a superhero. One, what would your powers be? Typical question. But two, which of your friends would you pick as your sidekick? And what would their powers be?
Perfect.
Mine would be I would just be covered in baby oil so that no one could ever grab me.
That's your superpower? You can do that in real life. You can do that right now.
No, I'm kidding. That would just be a cool. Maybe that could be one of my alternative superpowers. Is I could just do that as well.
Sick. Just afford infinite amounts of baby oil.
I think we've talked about this too in the past, and I don't remember what I've said.
Did you talk about? Yeah, we talked about superpowers for sure. But yeah, which friend would you pick a sidekick, and what would their power be? I can start if you want, because I gave it a little bit of thought.
Yeah.
So my superpower would be something along the lines of like extreme accuracy, like with projectiles. Incredible accuracy. My sidekick would be Lukasz, and his superpower would be that he's basically invincible, and I'd use him as a shield. So like if I was ever fighting people, like I'd use him as a human shield. People would just like shoot him and shit, and like it would still hurt, but like, he would just never die.
I feel full pain.
Yeah, but he wouldn't die. And like I just use him like to deflect shit. Like people come to swing a baseball bat at me, like I duck behind Lukasz, he gets clobbered in the head, and he's just like, ow. And,
wait, so like could he like be knocked out, but then he just gets up like nothing happened, or no? Like,
no, he doesn't even get knocked out. Like, but like he feels all the pain, but like it's just like his neck fucking snaps back, and then he just like wobbles back.
So
like
if someone like, what if someone like cracked his neck?
It goes back.
So basically, like Deadpool.
But yeah, sure, yeah. You're basically
and you'd have to wear the same suit,
except your name with the same size for Ryan Reynolds. So however it fits you.
So, another thing to add with Lee's thing is that he would also be like John Wick and take on the mafia for no reason, like just knowing that he can cause me harm, and the mafia starts finding out that I'm invincible and just starts shooting me in the balls all the time. So I'm like,
start wearing like a jog.
I'd pick so many fights, but your sidekick name would definitely be Dustin. That's your superhero name is
Dustin Pool.
Sure.
All right.
As a blatant rip off of Deadpool.
Yeah. We don't even try to hide it.
Do you have one, Lucas?
See, I've said it before, and you guys don't really like it. That's a superpower because it's you guys say I'm basically a god, but I would be able to change myself or anyone I want to however I want. So I change like their body. I can morph into anything I want at any point in time.
Yes.
What kind of power is that?
And my sidekick, listen to this, would be Matty in a maid suit, cleaning up after any mess I make when I destroy shit.
That's amazing.
And like he's like you know, like Fairly Odd Parents, like Wanda and Cosmo, like he like flies and he has like a broom that like literally he just like sweeps and like cleans up like magically. Everything cleans up after.
Sick.
But he has to be in a maid outfit. So
is he wearing a thong under the maid skirt? And like sometimes when he's like wearing over dusting, he gives everyone a show.
No, like the whole Borat getup.
The slingshot.
And the maid jacket is unbuttoned so you can see everything, kind of.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
What the fuck's the point of the maid outfit?
Yo, this guy's definitely thought about this. It's weird.
Right? He has a sketch in his
I'm like, hey Arnold, I have the whole like altar and everything in my closet.
Oh yeah, like a chick.
Yo, I'm gonna make up a power here. My power would be, I could contest if anyone disagreed or had a different thought process than me. I could initiate a dance battle so that they would then have to take my side on it.
Okay.
What happens if you lose a dance battle by chance? Do you take their side?
Sure.
It's also your greatest curse.
Yeah, exactly. My sidekick. Who would my sidekick be? My sidekick would be Wee Man from Jackass, and his power is that
he's tall.
He's 5'8".
Yeah, no, he would he would be able to mimic every move that I do. So we're like a legit. It's like everything's in sync. So even if we technically lose, it just looks cooler. So like we win all the time.
Sick.
So that's really, it's not really a curse because we win every time.
I can imagine you picking a fight with some guy at the mall, being like, "Yo, hot dog water tastes like shit," and he beats you in a dance ball. You're like, "Oh my god, this is so delicious."
I definitely thought what you were gonna say is when you disagree with someone that anything you say is right. I thought that's the route you were going, but
no, that happens already.
Caught me. Yeah, that's right.
That already happens. So
the amount of times that you try to convince me I'm gay, and I actually become gay just from an argument.
You got me again.
Yeah, I think you know what? Maybe I can do that next time I get into a disagreement. I'm just gonna be like, hold on, and just bust it out. Yeah.
Why?
And what's even better is that there's no music.
Oh, yikes.
It's just the sound of sneakers like hitting the floor like a basketball
and like
court.
Pants ruffling and shit.
He wears a windbreaker and track pants. Everything.
Yeah, just when you're doing the moves.
It's fucking sick. I actually.
All you hear is him breathing. And Wee-Man's breathing in sync with you too. That'd be sick.
Yeah, or maybe his power is that he brings a speaker around that has clip-on mics, so everyone involved gets them clipped on.
Even better, dude. You should do that. Wee-Man joins you, but he beatboxes for you whenever you dance.
Yo, we should make a series of Instagram clips of us just dancing with no music, just to get the audio. Make that like an ASMR.
Yeah, and we'll put the mic super close so you can hear it.
That'd be great.
Well, for me, I sort of, like halfway through, I'll be like, "Holy fuck, this is exhausting."
Yeah, we'll have to try that one out.
Yeah, that'd be funny as shit.
Oh, my ankle.
So for next week, just a quick update. We were pre-recording because we got some shit going on.
Mm-hmm.
We're doing an AMA, so if you have questions you want us to answer, shoot them to us in a DM on Insta, and we'll make sure to add them to our list of questions. We had some really good ones. We can
we still have a bunch left
the
over.
video and chat from before, or like just for reference, you can see what questions were asked.
Right.
Yeah, we can. We'd love to hear what you guys want to hear about us. We obviously come with our own questions for the group, but yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do that. It's once every 2 months. I think we'll do an AMA just for new fans that we might have had that want to know about us, or even if it's questions we maybe have answered, we'll still address those. And then we got a few minutes. Was there any other nostalgia points you guys want to go over?
No.
I was gonna say, what are things nostalgic to you specifically? Like it doesn't no category. Just is there something to you that's like, yo, like this brings me back crazy nostalgia? Like for me, every year for my birthday, I used to ask my parents for a new Lego dragon, and I used to have a collection of like 50 Lego dragons, like different types. So like, I don't know why specifically Lego dragons. I just love the theme of dragons, and Lego at the same time was dope as fuck.
Sure. So
whenever I used to go to like Toys R Us, and I'd always go to the Lego section without fail. I always do it just because like it reminds me me as a kid. I'd always look at their Lego dragons first thing.
Do you still have cool ones?
No, unfortunately, I sold them all. But like,
not you, Toys R Us.
Oh yeah. So one thing I did though is because since I asked for Lego every year, the one thing I did was I kept all my Lego people. So I had like Star Wars, Harry Potter kits. So I have all these Lego people. I have a whole box of just filled with Lego people.
You should put them up on your cabin wall there somewhere, just to stand them all up.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna be moving from this cottage shortly. Next week I'll be at a different place. So.
Okay. We'll put them up on that ledge for us to see.
Which one?
Your new place.
Maybe.
Ah, shucks.
I didn't bring my Lego with me because right here we're out in Saskatchewan. So it's snowing outside.
Yeah, well, when you move to your new place, bring them with you.
My new place? Yeah.
Is it snowing outside or just it? I can't really tell. It looks like it's just super bright.
It just looks really bright. It doesn't look like there's any snow.
Yeah, it stopped snowing.
I mean,
now.
Okay, I lied. It looks like there's snow, but it just looks like it's really bright.
It's slowed down.
Yeah.
The snow slowed down now.
I don't know if there's any snow.
There's snow.
Crazy Bones. Remember Crazy Bones?
Oh, yeah. Yo, those are the shit.
Yo,
that shit takes me back. Remember fucking Egghead? Egghead was so rare.
No, I don't. I didn't have them. I just knew people who collected them.
Oh, I
Is that
love
the one where
Pokemon
you like
Go.
flick them at each other and like hurt the fuck out of your finger?
Yeah,
Like
it's
it
the one.
hurt.
Well, I never fucking flick them. I would always just slide them across the table
Um,
or the floor.
That
What was
or
the point of the game?
So basically, you line up your characters like facing each other, and like you had the big one. I forget what they're called. The big ones were called something, and then you have the small ones. And basically, you slide over, and anything you knock over, you get to your side. And basically, you're playing for keeps if you're playing against other people. And yeah, basically, the goal is to like wipe out your.
Playing for keeps, like you got to keep them?
Wait, some people would play for keeps. Yeah,
That's fucked up. What if I lost all of them?
then you fucking lost all your crazy ones. I mean,
Then
rarely ever did I. No, I never played for keeps. Like I would usually just play with my brother, so it was our crazy bones, anyways. But yeah.
there was a
Oh.
other thing that people collected. It was like Mexican jumping beans, or just like these
Yeah,
pill-shaped
yeah.
like characters that had like a little like metal ball in the middle.
yeah, and they'd always like
I
top
don't
roll
rem-
and stuff. And
Yeah,
they're, like
people
yeah,
collected
they're like
shitload of them.
luchadors and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
whoa, I don't remember that.
I remember those.
We were just big in, like, I'm sure you guys were too,
Beyblades?
Yu-Gi-Oh. Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah,
Beyblade.
baby.
Yo, there's always
Duel,
that one
right?
kid who brought like a Beyblade Stadium with his backpack, but he'd forget all his books in the process.
Forget his books.
I remember I had a gold-plated Gaia the
Oh yeah,
what is his
Knight?
name?
guy.
Because
that's
Guy
that
the
wasn't
Fierce
a
Knight.
stock card, right? Like it was like an ultra rare version.
Oh,
So it wasn't one you got in a pack, or
Yeah.
not the one you got in the starter deck. Like it was a packed one.
the pack one.
Yeah.
And someone wanted to trade for. I wanted to trade for ultra rare summon skull
Ooh.
because I used it more than I did Gaia.
Yo, some
people
scrolls
like-
better.
And I traded, and the people were like, "Oh, that was a bad trade," and I walked away. And I remember I felt like my heart sank because people were like, "You fucked up! Like that's such a bad trade." I was like, "No, like summon skull's better."
It
Summon
is.
skull is a better. That is a better trade,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
It's a one sacrifice rather than a two. Anyway, sorry about that game.
Exactly.
Too
But
nerdy.
I remember that. I remember that trade.
So,
Specifically.
yo, I had the same thing. So, when I was younger, I collected all my holographic Pokemon cards, and I refused to trade my Charizards. I had 3 of, like, the original Charizards from the pack, hollow, like, untouched, which are worth so much money now. But the reason why I ended up trading them is because people on my street were like, "Oh, you're such a pussy, you would never trade your Charizards." I'm like, yeah, I would. And I made a bad trade with my Charizards to get other cards just because of peer pressure. And I was like 12.
So sad.
And now when I think back of it, I'm like, why the fuck did I give those away? Like, I felt so stupid after.
So back in the day, like a bunch of us kids on our block used to like meet up and like we'd like show each other our Pokemon cards and stuff. And this
Good
one
old
kid,
days.
this one kid came over and he had I don't know if you guys remember the Gyarados that had the black background.
Isn't it Gyarados?
What did I just say?
He's a Gyarados,
You
but yeah,
said
it's
Gyarados.
GY.
Yeah,
I always thought it was
Gyarados.
Gyarados.
Oh.
I don't know.
Whatever.
Anyways, that's
Okay.
very interesting.
I always call them Gyarados. Anyways, yeah, there's like a special edition Gyarados that had like a black background. It was holographic and it was super cool. And this kid had it. I'm like, whoa, it's so sick. And then he drops it and it slips between the wood planks on my deck. So it's now under my deck. And like, you can't fucking get to it. So he's like, yo, I need my fucking card back. And I'm like, bro, like, what do you want me to do? I fucking can't get it. So my dad's there. My dad's like, yo, how much are you gonna pay me to get your card back? And then the kid's like, yo, I'll like give you like $10 right now. My dad's like, okay. He's like, can I do whatever I want to get it? And he's like, just get me my card, man. He's like, I can do whatever I want. And the guy's like, kid's like, yo, I want my card. I need my card. My dad's like, okay. So he literally, my dad's such a dick. He took the hose and he hosed it out from under the deck. So this card slides out and it's fucking ruined. It's soaked. It's fucking soaked. And the kid picks it up and like you can just see he's heartbroken. He's like, thank you, sir.
Was it by
Like
chance?
he didn't say shit. My dad's just like, there's your card.
Was it by chance dark
Where's my
Gyarados?
10 bucks?
I have a dark Gyarados.
No, it wasn't that one. It was the original artwork.
This one?
I can't see it.
Yeah, the light is
The
literally
light's
shining.
fucking
Like,
ruining my balls, man.
yo, how much is your Pokemon card collection worth? You think, Lucas?
I actually like a lot.
Bro, that light's still insane. I can't really tell.
Oh,
Is the background black on that?
Yeah, the one on the other one is darker. This one, but it's a whole holographic card.
Yeah, that might be it. I remember just being the original Gyarados and the background was black instead of what I think was blue. Maybe.
Yeah, yo, this
Yo,
dark
did you-
one is pre-release card, limited edition.
Nice.
yo, did you ever battle Pokemon? I feel like battling Pokemon
No.
was like the most
It was.
complicated thing.
I felt like it was the dumbest concept. Like, I thought the funnest battling one. Well, obviously Yu-Gi-Oh was the most simplistic. Otherwise, it was like Digimon or some shit.
Also, I really, really like that we spent some time on the podcast looking at fucking Lucas's Pokemon binder. That's gonna make for a great.
Yo,
Nostalgia,
I want to
baby.
see. I want to see some of your other cards one day, dude.
Yeah, I have 2 whole binders of just hollow, like only hollow limited edition ones.
I'm curious to know. You should get that appraised. See how much that's worth.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude. Like, yo, you know,
Would you sell it?
Ancient
Would
Mew
you
that
sell
came
it if someone was like, if I would give you like 10 grand? Would you sell it?
No, it's worth way more. But so even
But
you know
yeah,
Ancient
10
Mew.
grand? Would you take that?
No, you know Ancient Mew that came from the original movie.
Yeah.
I have 9 copies.
Yo, give me one. What the hell's wrong with you?
Yeah, bro. Like I ain't trading that shit.
Anyways, I think we're past 9:30. Just so you guys know, our next episode is just gonna be us flipping through Lucas's
Pokemon.
binder. Just flipping through the binder, looking at one card at a time.
And we're
so
gonna
make
spit
sure
out
you tune in
Pokemon
for-
wraps that were at the end of the.
Yeah, baby.
wraps? Yeah.
Yo,
We'll do
that's
those.
sick.
And we're all gonna dress like Brock.
Matt's
I already
basically
am.
there. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll have to. So yeah, feel free to shoot your Instagram questions or whatever you want to hear about us, and then we will see you guys. Well, you'll see us next week. We won't see you. I mean, we don't really ever see you any week, so we just
Unless
see
you're
your
Carl.
text.
That's
We
not
saw
so
see Carl.
rude. That's true. We do see Carl. Anyways, guys, thanks for coming in.
God bless. Gotta catch 'em all.
Bye.
Great.